Alright. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you guys are watching this. So today we are going to do a little review slash comparison between my first Monkey Beaver saddle that I ever owned to my latest Monkey Beaver saddle, which is actually custom one, and that is the Scooby-Doo one. So right off the bat, we'll compare the suspenders. The suspenders feel exactly the same. The thickness of them, the way they stretch back here, all that feels exactly the same. The next thing is we'll talk about the padding between this one and the new one. So the new one definitely has a lot more padding. And one of the first things I noticed was this one, when I first got it and before it got worn in, it was a little stiff, but even with how stiff it was, it gave so much lower back support that it was amazing. The only downfall with the stiffness was if your saddle rode up a little bit, the back part definitely was like you'd go to lean back and you'd feel it pinch into your lower back a little bit. But if your saddle never really rode up on you, it wasn't much of a problem. This one, the upper back part, it's like they did it in two pieces, and as you can see, it's got a lot more give. Look at that compared to this one. You got it, and it's stiff. But it was still a very, very comfortable saddle. Another difference is I like the new way that they did the lower leg straps. So for the old one, the part right here, the way they have it all connected into this, where it connects into your bridge and everything as well, the lower part of your bridge, they did away with that, and they changed it to where this part is actually just on the bottom part of the leg strap, and that is very, very nice. And another thing that they changed, they made the new one where it stretches, and that was, I don't even know whose idea it was, but to me personally, that was a game changer for them, because if you're about to step out on a limb walk, and if you had this, a little too tight, it would instantly ride up. So I always ran mine a little loose, so that wouldn't be a problem. And even on my new one, even though those stretch, I wear this part of the leg strap loose. This part right here is loose on me, but this part is not snug, but it's a lot tighter than this part of my leg strap, and this actually holds it in place a lot more than this part does. And with it being stretchy a little bit, it definitely helps it from riding up, and it's a game changer. So those are pros for the new one. Now we're going to talk about my personal negatives of the saddle, and there's not many. There's only two main negatives that I have on this saddle compared to this one, and that's just because of how my body is. I have trouble with, if I'm wearing the saddle, I have trouble with, I can't, like most people that look behind them can look pretty far behind them. I can't, like, I have to turn a lot more to look behind me because of my lower back. I can't turn very far. So this saddle, when I have it on, and that's one thing that the suspenders, in my opinion, make a game changer. Because when I first got this saddle, sorry, this is off topic, I only had the saddle. These came, I think I got these as a gift from my wife. I think it was about a year after. Don't quote me on that though. I'm a guy. We're always wrong, so I'm probably wrong. But to step into this saddle, it's so easy. You just step in and you can hold the suspenders. And even with the new one of the great things is they're just so easy to adjust. But this is a con on this one, is this right here, they fixed on the new saddle, and I'll show you when I get that one on. But this would always just flop around, and it was kind of annoying. So what I always did was I'd take it and I'd tuck it in there before I would clip it. And when I would clip it, I would make sure it's tucked in there good, and it would stay in there pretty much all day. But here's a pro on this saddle compared to that one. And I'm going to talk about this one. You can move the D-rings, which is awesome. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. So this one, if I want to take, we'll just use a regular carabiner. So let's say I want to take a regular carabiner. I can turn and I can see this whole D right here. I can see the whole thing. And I can see part of this one. So I mean, I can clip this one in and I can clip that one in all day. And then over here, I could see this clip really well. I could even see the saw lanyard clip. And then if they had a D right here, I could see that one too if I needed to. So we'll take this one off. And another great thing about the saddles though is I love how they use the ISC clips. These clips are just so fast to take on and off. So here's the custom saddle with Scooby-Doo. I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan, and I don't know if you guys know that. But anyways, same thing. You can step in and pull it up. And so here's one of the new things that they did is the way the front part of the saddle is a little different than the front part of this one. Just overall, the whole front part of this saddle, in my opinion, is a million times better. Because what they did was, these saddles are so easy to adjust for, if you're in Oregon, like August has said before, rains a lot. It's actually raining here. But you could adjust this so fast. You could just take this, you can make it tighter. Or if you need to make it looser, boom, get all your rain gear. Boom, you're ready. Rain gear's off. Now you need it tighter. You can just take this. Boom. Boom. Okay, now, all right, now you ain't got a hoodie on. Need a little tighter again. You can go boom. Boom, it's tight. And then what they did, instead of having this there or having to tuck it in here, they made two little cubbies for them. They made one over here, or if you're one of those people, that you got your rain gear on and the tail's not as long, you're not gonna be able to put it over there. They put one over here too, and you can throw it over here and put it over there. That's awesome in my opinion. So I really, really like that. To me, that's awesome. All right, but we're gonna go into one thing I personally do not like about the bridge, and I know I can change this, but it's very rare that I have to do double tie-in like safeties, because most of the time I'm very comfortable just with one. There are times where I've had to go out really, really, really far on a limb and do a little bit of a limb reduction, and it's just been easier with two. And the only negative thing about this bridge is I don't know why they went to a smaller ring, but if you put one carabiner in here, that's all you got. You can't, you go to put a second one in, unless it's a small carabiner like that, it fits, but it's tight. And let's go to just another, you know, normal size carabiner that most of us probably use. You can get it in there, but it's tight. They're all right on top of each other. That's one thing I really like about that one, because this one, you take it, boom, look at all that space. You can take another one. Oh, you need 3 for some reason? Boom. Oh, man, you know, you could actually probably fit a 4th one in there. I really preferred the bigger D for the bridge. To me, that was just, I don't know why they went to a smaller one. It is what it is, though, because, like I said, it's very rare that I use 2. But anyways, so these Ds right here, in my opinion, I like the setup way better than this one. I understand these ones are movable, but I took this one and I had it here, and when it was here, I didn't like it. It put my silky, because I like to have a silky with me. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I'll just say that. So I would move that to here, and it was hard to get my silky in and out, because this, where it's at, I can, you know, reach out, and most of the time I could just one hand. I don't have to look, nothing. So it's nice. Well, with this, like I said, I have trouble turning back. I can see just this ring. This is the only D ring I can see. I can't see this one. So what I have to do is I literally have to guess. And most of the time I get it, but I mean, I can see it if I like take my saddle and I kind of turn it a little bit, which sometimes I do, so I can see it. But if my saddle's normal and I'm like, you know, like this on a limb, and I need to, say, grab a zip line to put on the limb or whatever the case may be. Let's say, you know, I need to rig it straight down because the rope angle is just going to put too much slack. Whatever the case may be, I literally have to guess where everything is on that D. And that's the only thing I don't like. And when I had this D right here, this D-ring right here, I did not like where it put my silky. My silky was over, like, too far back, and I didn't like it. And I didn't like the way it, you know, it was behind me, and every now and then, I personally didn't like it. But I will say, other than that, this saddle, personally, my personal opinion, has been way better than the original. Like the design and everything they've changed, it's made a difference. I actually, straight out of the box, that one was way more comfortable than the first day climbing in this one. I mean, climbing in this one, it was very comfortable as well, but this back support, because it didn't have no give, if your saddle ever, I don't care who you are, every now and then your saddle rides up, whether, you know, you gaff out or you know, whatever the case may be, your saddle rides up a little bit. Next you know, it's like way up here, and you go to lean back to reach over here, and this would be poking you in part of your back. And when they made this one, they made it a 2-piece, and it's got some give right there. It's nice. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm worried that, because it has that give, is the inside stitching is gonna wear out, and I'm really curious to see if it happens. I don't think it's going to, because it's such a well-designed saddle. So we'll see. I'm really excited to see it. I also like the way the new leg straps are. It's been a plus. There's a lot more pros with this one, in my opinion, compared to the old one. I would buy either one again. I honestly would. Knowing what I know, I would take some stuff from this one and incorporate a little bit into that one, because the changing of the D-rings is way nicer. I also like the way they set this up for your bridge / leg straps. The way they did it on this compared to this one is, my opinion, way better. Overall, the 2.0 has been nothing but a thumbs up for me. It's got way more pros than cons, in my opinion. Now, I will be honest, the saddle, my saddle right here, the Scooby-Doo one, I'm going to be 100% honest, it was a lot of money because it was custom made. To me, it was worth it because it means a lot to me personally, because I'm a big Scooby-Doo fan. I mean, like, I got Scooby-Doo tattooed on me. I got a bunch of Scooby-Doo collectible stuff in the garage, upstairs, in the bedroom. I mean, I'm just a big Scooby-Doo fan. You call me a nerd, geek, whatever you want. You can make fun of me for it, and guess what? At the end of the day, I'm still going to sleep like a baby because I don't care. The custom saddle was a lot of money, but if you take that out of it and you just spend just for a bone stock, non-custom Monkey Beaver saddle, it's worth it. Honestly, to me personally, I personally think it's worth it. And if you're kind of on the fence about it, I mean, there's probably a lot of people that have the saddle. Ask them if you can climb in it for a day or two. Same thing with like devices. You know, you're thinking about getting a device. I had a buddy who I've climbed on the zigzag for how long has it been? Oh gosh. I've been climbing on the zigzag since 6 months after the recall, and then they came out with the new ones. Because the old ones, I don't have a zigzag in front of me, but the ones where the top part was cracking and all that, I started climbing on a zigzag after that, and I've been climbing on one ever since. So, oh gosh, I don't know how long that's been. Anyways, I had a buddy, and he was still hip thrusting with a Blake's hitch. And that's how I learned how to climb, was with a Blake's hitch. But anyways, I said to him, like, hey man, why don't you get a mechanical advantage device? And he's like, nah, I don't trust them. They're junk. You know, they're junk. I don't like them. And I said, well, here, try mine for a day. And then he tried it. And then he's like, hey, can I borrow it again for another day? I want to try it again. I'm like, yeah, sure, here. And he took it. And then that day turned into 3, and then it turned into 4, and then it turned into, all right, let me see how it does on this type of tree. And then it turned into 6, 7, 8, and then it turned into him buying one. So I've always learned you can't say you don't like something until you try it. Like as a kid growing up, I used to be one of the pickiest eaters probably that you'd ever meet in your life. And it's payback because now my daughter's like that. Pickiest eater I've ever met in my life. That's payback for all the crap I gave my parents. But I try everything once now. Because I personally believe you can't say you don't like something until you try it. So, with that being said, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Hopefully this weather passes and we can get back into the trees. See you on the next one.